Hello everyone and welcome back to round 10 of the F1 23 Williams Road to Glory. Yes, we're back this weekend here for 95 laps of the Austrian GP, of course. Some of you might have watched the sprint weekend we did from Baku a couple of months ago. Safe to say it was a little bit of a disaster, but since then this Williams car has come on leaps and bounds, and yeah, we are ready for our second sprint weekend of the campaign there. You can see performance-wise, we're pretty much up now with Aston Martin. We've still got a few development upgrades in the works at the moment, which should hopefully bring us ever closer. Championship-wise, Max Verstappen leads the way, 13 points clear over his teammate Sergio Perez. We're still in 9th place overall in the Drivers' Championship there, 7 points back behind Aston Martin in the Constructors. But I'm looking forward to the Austrian GP. We've got to keep it clean and tidy, though. Canada, there were a lot of penalties. Right, well, 4 tenths up then on Nick de Vries by the end of Sector 2. But it's this final sector where it is very, very scary. Sorry, 4 tenths up on Pierre Gasly even. So we make our way through the final corners. Hold on, hang on in there. No risk really taken out of that final turn. It's going to be a 5-1 though. And we go between Hamilton and Alonso. Yes, please. I will take that. End of Q1 then. Albon did go quicker than me. George Russell down onto a 1:04.3 there. That is an absolutely rapid time. But Magnussen, Zhou Guanyu, Stroll, and the AlphaTauri all out in Q1. But yeah, just one eye is on the sky at the moment. Make sure the rain isn't arriving just yet. But again, we're hopefully going to do this in one shot. Hoping to get down into the 104s this time as we make our way out the final corner. Remembered to put the ERS on this time round. You're absolutely right. Is what is Charles Leclerc doing? Move, please. What's he doing? Charles, man. Come on. That might have ruined my lap for just a brief moment there that I would need a second run as Oscar Piastri 1:05.4. We set a 1:05.2 there. That's not quick enough, though. Yeah, Verstappen already down back into the 1:04s. All we can hope for now is basically the rain arrives immediately. Juiced, thank you for the follow. Hopefully we've got enough to get round. Lando Norris goes even quicker at the top of the timings, but one more corner to go then. Shouldn't have brought it down into 6th there. Should have left it in 7th, but through the final corner, 3 tenths up. We will have the battery to get to the line. That's a 1:04.9. Oh, of course it's Charles. Goes even quicker. Slows me down and then uses me for slipstream. Yep. Oh! Okay then. So both of the Williams just squeezing by there. Knocking out Fernando Alonso and both of the Alpines. So it's both Mercs, both Ferraris, both Red Bulls, both McLarens, and both Williams as we make our way into Q3. The Williams is a weird little car in this game, Savage Gang. It's... Oh, it is raining. Oh, no! Okay, right, this might now become one shot. Should have used my other set of tyres then, but heading out onto the circuit, we've got 1 lap to make it count. Here in Spielberg. Nice line through turn 1 there. Got right up to, but not over the sausage curb. Which is super important. Yeah, bizarre that it said it was dry, but clearly it's not there. Lando Norris down in the 106s, so clearly AI are struggling. But it was these kind of conditions that we took our one and only pole of the season back at the Monaco Grand Prix. Not expecting the same here. Oh, I'm just starting to feel the understeer, though. This might be a really good pole position for Lando Norris, because he might have had the best track conditions. 2 more corners to go, sorry. Right on the limit there, Hamilton. Into the 5s. Oh, we just might keep it between the white lines. Up to the finish line, though. Less than a 10th away from Lewis Hamilton there. We nailed that final sector. I thought that could have been it. Carlos Sainz will split Lewis and I's. Russell now goes fastest of anyone. Oh, that was really close. But there we go then. It's George Russell who lines up on pole here for the Austrian GP. Max Verstappen and his Red Bull alongside him there. But P5 for ourselves. P9 for Alex Albon as we head into the sprint race here. We've got 24 laps, first of all, to try and move our way up the order. Yeah, softy forget a red flag is definitely doable. Oh, no, I just jumped it. That's a disaster. Right. Focus up, Matt. Cars lining up at the back of the field. We've got both Alpha Tauris at the rear of our grid. And we are about to go green flag racing then here from Austria. And I'm already basically alongside Sergio Perez. 5 red lights here in Austria. It's going to be lights out and away we go. Verstappen not doing well there. Sainz are trying to look around the outside of him up in towards someone. Perez has had a blinder of a start though. Runs very, very deep into the first corner, but we might switch him as we make our way up the hill. Clearly have not got this. What is that Red Bull made of? That thing just took off like a rocket up the hill there, and will immediately go into the back of Carlos as well. We've still got Charles Leclerc trying to look for it. We've already got yellows out, as I think I'll just get back past Perez at the right moment. That Red Bull is ridiculous in a straight line. I can't do anything against Sergio at the moment. How is it suddenly now that the Williams is the thing with a good cornering grip? As we're still side by side with Checo Perez. Can we go the long way around the outside down the hill? Yes, we just about can there. And we will hang on then to my grid position by the end of lap 1. Hamilton getting the jump on Verstappen though. Really, really important for Mercedes at the start of this GP then. But we've hung on. Now we've got to hope that those top 4 start battling. And that I don't pick up any penalties. When you reach Verstappen, put him in a wall. Oh, they might put themselves in a wall. They're 3 wide. On the run back down in towards turn 1. Verstappen's getting his elbows out now with those Mercs. There's an opportunity to close him. Instantly, half a second is gone. I think this will be the lap. Perez tries to get the run on me. Up the hill he goes. Sergio Perez to our outside. It becomes the inside. And we switch him off the corner. The AI are always really bad in the traction. We'll certainly try it. Yeah, Perez, you're not having it easy. As Alex Albon would say, they raced me so hard. Down the inside of the Red Bull will go. Yeah, you're going to have to do better than that if you want that overtake. Yeah, so those 4 at the front. 3 seconds still, that gap. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Immediately. A second and a half gone. I think Russell must have locked up at the front of that group. And has dragged them all back together. As will Perez try and send it again. Oh, he was a bit too late there. Had to slam the door. But yeah, now it's going to be Verstappen and Lewis at the front battling. There's Lando Norris now back into P6. No, it's Albon still in P7. They are not giving up. Come on. Could we now get the DRS on George? That would be really useful. Perez. Oh yeah, Perez is out of my range. Oh, what's happened there? There we go. Sainz now on Lewis. So I think both Mercs have binned it or bottled it in that first corner in 2 laps there. As Sainz now will inherit P2. So Mercedes go from 1-2 a couple of laps ago. So now into 3-4. And we are now definitely nestled inside this DRS. Now the fight can begin with our front runners here. George Russell obviously left Williams. And he might be left in a Williams dust. No, he won't. I've killed George. And Mark was literally saying it was a great maneuver. I made it look easy. As I go and drop it in front of him. Somehow we got no damage from that, but Russell has. So we will take a nice P4. Not quite the way I wanted to do it, though. What were you pit for? Fresh tyres. Better pace. Yeah, we'll take the warning there. George, I'm so sorry. Yeah, how do I do all these races for the fat paycheck at the end of it? Exactly. People have no idea how many years I did YouTube where I was earning nothing. Oh, more yellows. I think that might be Perez now breaking down in this race. Either Perez or Lando. Oh no, it's Lando Norris again. That's back-to-back mechanical failures for Lando Norris, I believe. Is that a safety car? No, apparently not. Mario Kart's average. I do play Mario Kart from time to time. Mario Kart stream when. And I used to play a little bit of Counter-Strike and things like that as well. But yeah, honestly, at the moment, like, most of the games I play are WRC, F1, iRacing. I played Gran Turismo 7 today for the first time in months. That was good. Forgot how fun that game is. Next lap, corner 4, penalty 2 and 2 will strike. I'll be impressed if I get a penalty at turn 4, but now you've said it, it probably will happen. That was close. Worries me that the most competitive thing here is people betting on when I'll get a penalty. Right, I think we've got to start going for it though. 2 laps left here from Austria. See if we can try and get a run. Or is Hamilton? I think Hamilton's trying to line up sights for a move. So we're just going to have to sit back and watch. See if we can find an avenue. Yeah, if I don't get a penalty at Austria, I will be quite surprised. Hamilton again, not close enough though, as we just have a bit of a lock-up at turn 3. Might be able to get a run though, off the corner. Can we try and get a run past Lewis Hamilton? He sees me, he's going to go defensive. Are we going to collide with our second Mercedes of the day? And the outside will go. Oh, a bit of a wobble off the corner. We've got to get round him though. Hamilton will back out. And now we've got to try and stay close enough to Sainz. Up into the podium places for the first time in this sprint race. But one more lap to go after this one. Got to really make sure that I don't get a penalty. Verstappen, 6 seconds up the road. He has absolutely dominated this thing. But will we get on the podium? Will we potentially get a P2 there? Having to be really, really careful through that final corner. But surely there is an opportunity here to snooker away. Oh, P2 finish as we'll have the DRS there. Bit of a wobble out of turn 1. But Carlos Sainz surely has got nothing clean around the outside. Will go. Save a little bit of battery for the exit of the corner. But we have been so patient in this sprint race. Apart from the moment I killed George Russell. Up over the top. We should be able to get the traction down. Drain the battery now. As we went purple through that first sector. But yeah, looks like Verstappen is going to be pretty comfortable by the end of this thing. But Williams, we've got the better of Mercedes and Ferrari come the end of the sprint race here, as long as I don't bottle it in the final few corners. Making our way through. Very, very happy with the race we've done today there. Still pretty good on fuel. And 2 more corners. Let's not get a penalty. Rounding our way. Nick that curb in quite nicely. 1 more corner to go. Verstappen will take the win. The final corner. It's going to be P2. And what? 7 points on the board.
Well done, mate.
Very happy with that.
Great finish. You've really stepped up and achieved what we asked you to do today. So good job.
Well, there we go then. Sprint race Saturday done and dusted here from the Austrian GP. And we bag 7 points on the board there. Verstappen, though, again, yeah, will continue to open up his championship lead. Now 18 ahead of Sergio Perez there. We're back up with all the rest of our Brits, though, now into P8, tied with Fernando Alonso. But we've got 71 more laps here ready of the Austrian Grand Prix. Right, let's see if there's some grid penalties then. Has Max Verstappen taken a penalty? Will we start from pole? No. No, we won't. Doesn't look like there's any penalties then, with the exception of our 2 drivers at the back. Here we are then, ready for the Austrian GP. That is a pretty dumb strategy. So we're going to bolt on double softs to start the GP. And then we will try and go mediums to the end of the afternoon. And instantly, I've already made a race strategy quicker than the game was predicting. Indoor Rapper is currently on a 3-seam streak. Welcome on in, mate. Rather a good one. Right, let's see what we can do, though, here. I think we're going to have to try and save a little bit of fuel. But there is every possibility of that rain before the end of this, especially if we get safety cars or red flags. At the rear of the field, after his unfortunate mechanical failure in the sprint, let's hope we don't get one here. 5 red lights. Give me lights out, and away we go. Verstappen's gone nowhere. Get past him. Into the lead of the Austrian Grand Prix we go immediately. Absolutely perfect way to start this event. And I will take that happily there. Verstappen, desperate to try and hang on in front of some of the other cars. So that is the perfect way to kickstart the Austrian GP then. Up in towards turn 2 and turn 3. Will we be able to get a 1-second margin out on the opening couple of laps? As always, the yellow flag's instantly kicking off there for the Constantina and up. But yeah, I'm not convinced we're going to be able to break away. We saw how quick that Red Bull was yesterday in the sprint with Sergio Perez behind the wheel, or quick in a straight line. So yeah, how we'll get on is going to be a very, very different question there. Track limits are on strict, so there is a very real possibility that I will pick up a penalty throughout the course of this race. Mitch, thank you very much for another bit, my friend, as Verstappen already trying to have a look down the inside at the final corner. Make sure we don't pick up a warning. Still wheel to wheel then with the Dutchman, but we will hold firm and we will get back around the outside there. Bottas P5! Wowee! So we got 5 cars from 5 different teams inside the top 5 at the moment. That means half the teams on the grid are scoring double digits points. We love that flying Finn. What a baller. What an absolute baller early on in this race. Yeah, to be fair, our Williams is not that far off the leader's pace, and Austria is a pretty good track against the AI. But Bottas, that is not a very good car. Like, he is doing a miracle job in that Alfa Romeo at the moment, and I love to see it. I wish there was a little bit more randomization in the way the AI run on this game. Like, you'll randomly get a season where it's not like suddenly Logan Sargent starts winning races or something like that. But that, say, Valtteri Bottas, you know, he doesn't quite to the same extreme, but runs a bit like a Frentzen season from 97, where he just gets a lot of good, consistent results. Or Lando in the first half of 2021, where he was ahead of Perez and Bottas, up until, like, Silverstone. That's what I'd like to see a little bit more. Just like, it doesn't happen every time, but every once in a while, one AI just has a really good season. Bottas cooking, we're cooking. It's great. It's absolutely great there. I like Bottas. Here comes Verstappen, though. Going to try and steal my lead away. Are we going to be able to put up a fight against the Dutchman? We'll try and hook it up around the outside. We'll hang on for now. Oh, we got the DRS! Lovely. We will take that free DRS, and we will keep Verstappen at bay for another lap. I should have said that to him, shouldn't I? Got my ass handed to me. Oh, here goes Max again. Oh, I might... Oh, he's done a Rosberg on me. What's he doing? Sainz will take the lead of the Grand Prix. We'll get no room on the exit of the corner as well. There's somehow no damage in all of that. That's what we get for talking about Jos Verstappen, apparently. Can we get back around the outside of Max, though? But, yeah, he just missed his braking point and decided he was never going to turn. Yeah, Max drives the same as AI in real life. I mean, the AI will occasionally do odd stuff, but it's when like they brake on the racing line and stuff for no reason. That's what annoys me. After returning going into the pits the lap before. Wow. Alonso has gone out for you, my friend. Hey, Fizz, thank you for the raid, mate. What have you been streaming tonight? Hope you had a good one. Here goes Max to the outside. No, he doesn't. To the inside of Carlos. The old Toro Rosso teammates duking out at the top of the hill. Can we try and hang on with them? Max will get no traction on the exit of the corner. Oh, we thought we might just be able to stop him from getting past. But, oh, wheel-to-wheel banging. Sainz is not giving up on this, but he is going to lose the place. As they're still side-by-side as we go down the hill. We have now got the best seat in the house. Will Carlos be able to hook this one up, or will Max now get past him for good? Go on, Carlos. Oh, we're 3 wide on the exit of the corner. Wow, here we go. I've got to try and force Max. Oh, we're 3 wide again. I don't like my chances here. Oh, this is getting scary. Scary stuff early on in the Austrian GP. There we go. We survived it just about. To the outside of Carlos Sainz back at turn 1. Can we switch him? Yes, we can. And back into the lead we go then. Would Max win WRC next year if he raced in it? No. Well, I know Cali Rovanpera is doing only a part-time campaign. But I reckon Cali Rovanpera is different gravy. Oh, here we go. Hamilton now getting involved in that fight behind. We've got an opportunity to try and break free. Yeah, maybe in a couple of years I could jump in and do something. Because I'd love to make some content doing it as well, but I've always said as well, I'd love... We were speaking about this a few months ago. Long-term future, I'd love to have, like... I've always said, dream scenario would be an F2 and an F3 team. Something like that. That'd be really cool. You need more sponsors. I'd love to get more sponsors, but unfortunately, global landscape at the moment, Toast, that's the problem. There's not a lot of companies that are really sponsoring right now. Oh, so they still haven't fixed my DRS rather impressively. But yeah, I'm going to try and get these tyres to about lap 30, and then we'll bolt on a set of mediums. Still have no word on the rain, but it's certainly not rolling in anytime soon. Don't pick up penalties now. Tyres have hung on there really well. The fact that you could almost get, what, sensibly 50 laps out of this set. It's kind of mad. I'm certainly not going to try to do that. It's nice and tidy on pit lane entry for hopefully our one and only stop of the day. Make sure I don't get done for pit lane speeding. We'll turn those tyres into 50 pence pieces on the way in there. But Verstappen back to the lead of the GP. Hamilton as well. So we know they're going to be going aggressive on another pit stop for the end. Hoping we come out ahead of George, which we should.
Perfect job from you.
Which would be quite good.
There, mate. We're delighted with that. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound.
Yep, so team with us on trying to finish on this set. Let's get racing once again there. George Russell not far behind. His set of tyres, though, quite old, so hopefully we're going to try and close in on Leclerc, Bottas and Sainz up in front. Oh, there we go. There's the penalty.
Time penalty for that last incident, mate.
Well, we made it 33 laps in, which is much better than we did last time out, but 2 warnings in a lap. Always, again, my penalties are like buses. Don't get any for a while and then get loads in one go. Oh, Leclerc back in again. Another early stop by Charlie. Oh, we're not even going to get a chance to battle Bottas. He's pit. Clearly this game is allergic to me being anywhere near cars. Oh, you're just doing that, yeah. I'm sure you can use like a different character or something to like create an A or a U. Oh, there we go. Sainz in as well. So he's bolted on mediums to try and go to the end of the afternoon. Verstappen now with a 2.5 second lead over Lewis. Oh, yellows, yellows, yellows. It's Albon again! No! Alex Albon with a double DNF this weekend. That could be a really nicely timed safety car for us. But I don't think it's going to happen there. How much bad luck is our teammate going to have here in Spielberg? Shocking. And Leclerc should get... I think, to be honest, what we kind of need is another period like between 2006 and 2010 where 5 drivers for 5 teams win a world title.
4.8 seconds.
You know, you get your Oscars and your Landos and your Georges and your Charles, each a world championship that they do rightfully deserve. But F1, of course, in recent years has become more and more dominated by one team kind of thing. They all have spells. Hey, Tim Amarnik, thank you for the raid of 186, mate. I appreciate it. How did you get on in 4-player co-op, mate? So, you're coming in to anyone that's been on Ben's stream. We've got like 25 laps to go here from Austria. I have picked up 1 penalty, but we're carrying this Williams to try and get a big result again. We're closing in on Lewis Hamilton. He and Max Verstappen have both got a pit stop to make before the end of this race, and Hamilton is now locked into battle with Nick de Vries for some reason. I don't quite get what's happening there. But the AlphaTauri is just using the slipstream, using the DRS to make things happen. And he's finally going to move out the way for me as well. Basically see what happens. Wow, yeah, we can really save some fuel here when inside the DRS. So it might be worth sitting behind Lewis for a few laps. And hopefully we can go from there. Assuming Red Bull dominate next year, who will take P2? I think McLaren, honestly. We're back down to minus 0.1 on the fuel. We're bringing it back pretty well. So by the time when Lewis pits, we'll probably have it back with a little bit to spare. Hamilton. Come on, I'm not trying to fight you that aggressively, man. Oh, Lewis, come on. Big lock up there at the top of the hill. We're going to have to go through. We'll still take the DRS. But I just want to try and get inside the DRS range of that Red Bull. Take a little bit of free time out of him for a few laps if we can. Leclerc, though, and Ferrari, they can be the real threats here late on in the afternoon. They are only 4 seconds back, and I don't believe they've got a pit again. Yeah, Snowden trying to get that Red Bull seat. He just, like, drove off and then rejoined.
Rain is forecast in just over 10 minutes' time. Rain in
Okay. So that might be why the AI are trying to go long, but this might change things up completely. To be honest, I completely forgot about that late on in the day, but we might get a 10-lap spell of rain by the end of this thing that could create a lot of drama. This race is far from over, ladies and gents. Thing is, at the end of the day, we aren't in a championship fight. It's not like we desperately need wins. Like, I will try and play it safe here if I feel I need to. Performance is not equal, but the Williams is like 3 upgrades behind. Oh, there we go, Max in. So a lot, well actually that's about where I was expecting him to pit, but that could be really bad for Red Bull if that rain does roll in sooner than expected. But yeah, now we've got to try and build up that gap over the Ferraris again. So as soon as I get in the DRS, Max goes, nah, I'm out of it. Well, the thing is, at the end of the day, what people have got to remember is there's 2 very different types of Formula 1 teams. You've got your Saubers, your Hasses, and like your Alpha Towers and your Red Bulls and stuff that are there just, you know, not for fun as such, but trying to obviously win races and put a bit more brand exposure out there. You got to remember your Ferraris, your Mercedes, you know, your Alpines to a certain degree as well. They're there to advertise their road cars. You know, it's about doing the best job they can to make sure that their road cars sell. That is so important for some of the teams, but of course irrelevant for others. That's why you kind of get that some teams can do certain things that others can, in terms of fun, if you will. 2 very, very different types of teams in the sport. I think that would be interesting to see how Albon and Bottas would compare. But I think they'd also probably be quite good at helping each other, of course, and working together, because obviously they've both been the number 2. It would either be one of those ones where they'd work fantastically or be really toxic. I think Perez should leave and get sacked by Red Bull. I went on the record on our podcast saying he'll be out of that Red Bull seat by the Monaco Grand Prix, and then it might be worth hanging around in his DRS. Go on, Charlie. They've slowed each other up down at turn 1. This is perfect. That's like a second for us instantly. But it's whether we can just keep him back. Gonna try and do everything I can to keep the Dutchman outside the 3 seconds.
Okay, be mindful of the conditions. The track's getting wetter. Recommend you stay out for now, though. We'll be much slower if we move on to inters this early.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think we're going to see a switch to inters. We cannot allow a bottle 2-1-2. Oh, rain's going to get heavier. So the rear wheels obviously are allowed to spin. A lower percentage means they spin independently, which allows for more wheel spin. Sorry, for less wheel spin, but normally is slightly slower. Higher percentage diff means they're locked together more, and you're more likely to destroy the tyres. And the car is slower. Oh, this is getting so wet so quickly. Dearie me, 3 laps to go here from Austria. I reckon this could be worth a box. We're going to start losing bags of time. Max is not boxing. No one's boxing. It's not worth it. It is not worth it. Right at the end of this race. It's getting dramatic here. 2 laps to go. The problem is the AI are going to be ridiculously OP. Ferrari, their tyres seem to have fallen off, but Max is absolutely flying. I'd love to try and win this thing on the road, but I'm not even sure we're going to be able to keep the Red Bull back. Come on. Come on. I'm literally going to do a Leclerc here, aren't I? We're going to lose the win with like a lap to go here in Spielberg. I just don't want to choke. That's the bigger thing. We've almost got 6 seconds now over Leclerc. We can afford to throw away a bit of time as long as I don't get a penalty. But yeah, these tyres are gone. So are everyone else's. If only Max would spin, that'd be so handy. Max Verstappen just went for a spin. But 1 more lap to go then. Here from the Austrian Grand Prix. Max down the inside. I'm not going to make it easy for him still. We've got to try and, you know, stay on the driest part of the circuit we possibly can. We're still under on fuel though.
Okay, mate, this is the final lap of the race. Final lap.
Here comes Max down the inside like a torpedo. Oh, hold the room, hold the car around the outside. Oh yeah, we got nothing though. Leclerc, we've got to be careful of that Ferrari. Don't get a warning. Say the penalty means we're not going to win it either way, but I'd love to still win it on the road. I said at the start of this race, man, I said at the start how a penalty could be so important by the end of this. Don't say Twitch has put ads on. Surely not. Ugh, big lockup. Big lockup. Verstappen back down the inside he'll go. Come on. Oh, this thing is undrivable. Absolutely undrivable on this final lap. We're just limping round to the finish. Verstappen, again, trying to get a run on me. But we're not going to allow it to happen. Through the final few corners we go. Oh, but the Austrian GP, it has been a valiant effort this afternoon. But I don't think... Oh, no, Verstappen's looking for it down in towards the final corner. I don't really want to lose any time battling him. Don't get a penalty. Don't get a penalty. Verstappen's going to take the win either way. Ooh. Come on, we might be able to get a run on him up towards the line. We ran out of fuel as well. It's P2 in the end. Deary me. Deary me. 6th? Sorry? How did I come 6th in that? But how did I get a 3-second penalty? I didn't cut the track or anything. Surely not. Surely I didn't get a penalty at the end of that.
Here come today's winners. The team at Red Bull have done a phenomenal job.
Like, I get that we lost the win to Max. That was fine. You finished the race. Does that give you a penalty, does it? I lost the back end out of the final corner. And it... I have! I cannot believe that. I've never seen that before in an F1 game. That is shocking, chat. Daylight robbery here in Austria. We basically ran the entire race on the podium, and I'm not going to get a podium. Like, Max Verstappen got a wobble on. I had to come off the drier line to avoid him. And it's gone and ruined me. Ruined me in the end. That is horrendous. Oklo, welcome on into the stream, man. I cannot believe that. So I got a 10... So I only had one warning before that. After my 3-second penalty. And I got 10 seconds at the end for exceeding track limits. How does that work on this game? I'm impressed, though. Verstappen got a penalty for that collision with me. But in what world is that a 10-second penalty at the end of the GP there? That is a daylight robbery, if ever I've seen one inside F1 23. That's staggering. Where in that is there a 10-second penalty? Mikey, no. No, that is so not right. I can't. That's shocking. That is absolutely shocking. Championship-wise, though, we're on 56 now, so we've got a little bit of a lead over Alonso, and Williams ahead of Aston Martin as well, because neither of their drivers scored. But we could be up with McLaren. We could be up with Lando Norris in the Constructors. In the Drivers' Championship. That was still a fantastic race. That was really good fun. But a daylight robbery at the end of it there. That's a shocking display by F1 23. I saved the replay, didn't I? But there we go then. I'll make sure I pay out the predictions as well. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed, please do make sure you leave a like, get yourselves subscribed. And we will be back when the Williams RTG heads to Silverstone. I cannot wait for that. A massive thank you to all of my YouTube members and my Patreon supporters for their continued donations to help my work. These things go much further than I think a lot of you ever realise and allow me to continue making content full-time here on YouTube. So if you want to support me from as little as £1 a month and be featured on all of these end clips, either click the join button next to the subscribe or head over to my Patreon. There's a link down in the description.